First up, Bessie, were you a bit sad to go past Hash's record today?
Yeah, a little bit. I've worked a little bit with Hash over the last couple of years, and he's obviously a Hall of Famer, so truly special, firstly, to go past his record, but I always feel like a lot of the legends deserve certain accolades, so I'm in no means even close to a legend, so someone like Hash deserves to hold that record, but I guess it was my destiny, and yeah, take it as it comes.
Also, was it your decision to declare, or were the others in the change room convincing you to chase the world record? Was the camp divided? Who said you should go after Lara's record?
Yeah, well, I think in the first point of it all, we have to keep the main thing, and that is winning the test match. I felt like we were in a good position to do that, and I didn't have to bat any longer. And also, I think respecting the game is really important. Letting someone like Brian Lara, keep his record. He's one of the greatest to ever play the game, so he deserves that. And yeah, I think we're still in a great position to win the game, and that's all that matters.
And then just lastly for me before we go to the floor is what role has the backing that you've been given by Shooks played in your recent test success?
Yeah, so I think it's a lot. I mean, Shooks has backed me for many years from academy days, so I do think it's freed me up a little bit to go and play and not worry too much about surviving and making every run count, but more being able to express myself and play with freedom. So yeah, it's played a massive role, and I think the important thing is I feel like I deserve a position in the team, or rather, I contribute positively with the bat and ball and catching in slips. So overall, I think my role brings a lot of balance to the team. So I think all of those things contribute to freeing myself up and just being able to play at the best of my ability.
Great, we'll take to the floor. Harry?
Of course, being able to get to that 367 without forcing, including some of the partnerships that you had throughout your innings, can you walk us through how they contributed towards your success?
Yeah, I mean, Luandre, Bedders, Kyle, whoever I really batted with, took a lot of pressure off me from scoring, and I think that in many ways contributed to us being able to keep ticking over and batted just over 5 runs and over. I think Bedders keeps me extremely calm when he's batting. He's somebody that I trust about my game as well. I speak to him a lot about my game, and obviously Luandre is just a talent like very few. So they make batting with him really easy, and I think in the bigger scheme of things, without their contributions, we would never be able to have 600 on the board, to be able to try and bowl them out twice. All these positive things that contribute to us hopefully winning the test wouldn't be possible without them being out there with me in this particular test, and hopefully at some stage I contribute the same to them in their careers.
So two questions from me. The first one is coming from a point where in the old days you were to just sort of you want to justify where you're competing with other guys to try and play the number 7 at the number 8 and 7 role where you could bowl and bat, but now we're coming in at number 3 and in the distribution we saw what you could do in the second innings of that game, and now you've scored 200s. How does that speak about where you've come from as a player, that evolution, where now we're talking about Mulder as a batter, Mulder even as a bowler? We saw you after spending so much time in the middle and you came in happy with the ball.
I think there's many factors that contribute to where I am today. I went and played county cricket for many years. I've been backed at the Lions with my domestic team back home to bat at number 5 in 4-day cricket, in all formats really. So I think a lot of people have believed in me as a batter. I think the lessons that I've learned over the last couple of years has contributed to me getting into a position where I'm technically good enough in the coach's eye to get batted number 3. So I think there's a lot of contributing factors, but I mean, I've played, I think, about 90 first-class games now, so I've had a lot of time to learn, and many failures, to be honest. In my career, I've got a lot more low scores than high scores, so there's been so many failures along the way that I think molds me to the cricketer I am today. I think if you speak to Beddingham, Verena on day 1 of the previous test, when I got run out for 17, I was like speaking, I think I should just hang up my boots, man. Like honestly, it was really, really difficult to keep failing, and no matter how hard you work, just feel like you don't get the positives. So to get 2 scores in a row is truly special. But I think that sums up cricket, man. You go through phases where you think you're doing all the right things, you're playing extremely well in the nets, you're bowling well, batting well, you just don't get the runs or the rewards for it. So it's really nice, and I think it's positive, and it sends a positive message to the other guys that are trying to find form, that are like a little bit down on themselves, that if you keep doing the right things, at some stage you could reap the rewards. So I think the message goes a lot further than for me, but as a team, there's a lot of guys that feel like they might be under pressure, or pressure from the media, or you, whatever you want to call it. And I think if you do the positive things and the right things for the team first, always, and look after your game as well as you can, then you can let the outcome go and like just try and play. And in my wildest dreams, I would never have gotten a double 100 for South Africa. If you told me a year ago that I'm going to get 300s in the space of 12 months, I would have told you, like, you're lying. There is absolutely no chance. So, I mean, yeah, really, really chuffed with how it's gone, and hopefully other guys can follow the same.
So my final question, you've spoken of obvious, even to short ball of the about your take towards the 400 mark, right? So from where I was standing, as a captain, I said to myself, listen, if you were not a captain, and then that decision not to declare or not to declare was out of your hands, where if the people say, guys, let's go for 400 mark, because still there's a lot of time in this test match, but again, because where the captain today, so somebody would have said, no, if you're bet after lunch, you are still betting, and then you've got a test match to win.
Yes.
But you've always spoken about the first thing being to the test match.
Yes.
Then you take us through that in a sense where you want to understand where the record probably means nothing less towards what the team.
Yeah. The main thing is always the main thing. The main thing is to win. Like, we've won 9 tests in a row. That is the focus of this team. I don't think this focus is on any individual's performance, highlights in their careers and performances and all that stuff. The main thing is to win a test match. This test, I got the opportunity to be captain. To be honest with you, I lean off 3-4 guys all the time. Every decision that is made, every bowling change, I lean off other guys to make sure we're making the right decision for the team. Obviously, 400 runs is amazing. And in, let me be honest, test runs don't come easy. So there's a lot of any test batter that would want to get as many test runs as they can when you feel like you're playing well. Legends of the game deserve certain accolades. Brian Lara is arguably one of the best to ever play the game. I think him having the record of 401 or whatever that exact number is very important. I think he inspired so many people to go and play the game. So, I mean, I don't have to harp on about that, but I think it's really important that that stays his record, and that the main thing is that we win the test match.
Last question.
So, we're talking about the debut spinner, Premier League. What have to say about him after 24?
Subs is an incredible bowler. He's proved it in domestic cricket for many years now. He's an exceptional bowler in terms of the action he gets on the ball. As you could see today, there's always just something happening when he's bowling. He's an extremely hard worker. He puts in so much effort into trying to get better. So he deserves everything that comes his way. I really hope that this just is a start of his career and that he can kick on from here and get many more opportunities. But I think if you watched him bowl on that wicket, you could see the quality that he possesses. So I think importantly, it's a first for him, and there's still 1 or 2 nerves that came in, and he might have bowled 1 or 2 bad balls, as all of us do. But he's an exceptional bowler, and I really hope he goes on and get many test wickets for South Africa.
Brilliant. That concludes the